and seek. Prepare to be caught. Here I come now. Let's play hide and seek. Riding on the playground. No one dares to make a sound. Round and round and round and round. No one wants to be first found.
Okay, good morning. I just woke up. And I'm doing a part of the video. I don't know what I want to call it. An intro. I'm going to take one of my ear things out. I can't hear properly. Okay, that's better. So this is an intro to the video that I'm going to be playing. And it's nothing of what I normally do, because this is something that's so it might get a little boring, this guy's got some interesting information, but this is not why I'd put this video out here. I got a Cash App from someone, but it was requesting me to pay them $5, and I don't know who this person is, but this is the person that it came from, which is this Martin Simmons. And he's the one in yellow down below. Anyway, I Googled him after I saw the Cash App, and this is what popped up. And so I figured I'd play a little bit of it, and, well, then I fell asleep. So pretty soon you can hear me snoring. It's kind of humorous, actually. And I hit the screen, and it's just... yeah, anyway, but he might be very helpful to someone, because he's wrote a book called exposing bad contractors or something like that. So exposing bad contractors. So it kind of makes me wonder, is he trying to reach out to me for some reason, or if maybe he doesn't know how to use Cash App. I don't know what it is. So anyway, I thought I'd put it out there. And if I can't afford to pay him $5 out of the blue, then I can at least plug his book, right? So anyway, that's just my thing I'm doing. And hopefully he appreciates it. Okay, love you guys. And, it's not like me to rant about other creators. So I'm going to do my best, as I always have, to not even address things like that, because it's just, to me, it just takes away from the main goal, and that is getting justice for Kelley, Maddie, and Xana and Ethan, as well as all the others involved in this case. So that's what I'm going to do. So my apologies if I've strayed from my normal behavior because of the threatening people that have been coming at me lately. So anyway, and I wanted to do like a rebuttal on her video, because a lot of the things that she says in hers are not correct. So it's kind of one of those weird things, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. And I just will say that I'm human. I make mistakes. My cat's in the cat box right now. That's what you can hear. Yeah. How about a little transparency here? What do you think? Well, you got it right now. And you're going to get it when you hear me snoring. I'm not going to give you the full meal deal on the snore, because it gets a little ruckus. Then I wake myself up and start coughing, right? So anyway, so that's that. But anyway, nice to meet you, Martin. And interesting little podcast here. They're from the Idaho State University, and Martin's going back to school, by the way. So that's kind of a cool little deal right there. Anyway, so I hope this helps Martin out, and I hope it helps. Maybe it'll help somebody out there that needs to know about a bad contractor. And oh my God, she's not just peeing. Oh my Lord. Okay, well I gotta go. Love you guys. Bye. Woo, Lordy girl. Hey everyone, I have a question for you. I don't really know Cash App that well, but this is the first time I've seen something like this. And this person, Martin Simmons, requested $5 from me yesterday. Actually, it was the day before yesterday. And they keep reminding me, they keep sending me reminder, approval required. Well, I don't know why this guy wants, I don't know who this guy is. And so I don't know, does anybody know if there's any like scams going on or something? But here's the guy. I don't know who he is. So let's see, let's do a little search on him. Let's see what we got. Okay, we've got Martin Simmons here. Idaho State University. Martin Simmons, contractor exposed. What does that mean? Contractor exposed? Well, that kind of looks like the same guy. Yep, looks like the same guy, alright. Contractor exposed Pocatello. Oh, so he blocked out his stuff so I can't see it. Well, isn't that part for the course? Why would he be doing that? Unless he's being nefarious or something. Martin Simmons introduces, he's what, 70 going back to the university currently to get his degree? Really? No, that's not the same guy. That's not the same one. Well, that's just weird. Q&A with School District 25, Zone 3 Trustee, candidate Martin Simmons. Who the heck is he? I don't know. That's him. Oh my God.
Hey, Adam, why do you think they called bumpers, Gary?
I don't know.
Because they come at the beginning and at the end, like bumpers.
Alex, you're a marketing guy. Do you like that design behind Paul? Does that logo thing look pretty cool to you?
Hey, I forgot to hit the record button.
That South Park thing. It's exposed.
Alex, you're a marketing guy.
Podcast brought to you by the Continuing Education and Workforce Training Division of Idaho State University's College of Technology. Find us on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and SoundCloud and subscribe today. Now it's time to get started with Sweet Talk.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sweet Talk, our weekly podcast here at Idaho State University's Continuing Education and Workforce Training. And I am Paul Dickey, the Video Instruction Manager and Apprenticeship Coordinator here at Sweet. And as always, joining me is my co-host, Angie Wilhelm, our Marketing Director. Angie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. I'm very excited. This is a Friday right before a long weekend. Especially excited today because we have you, Paul, who are over our apprenticeships who do work with contractors. And we also have a very special guest with us. We have Martin Simmons. He is a student, an author, and a retired veteran. He wrote a book called Contractors Exposed that we'll talk about a little bit today. Martin, can you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, like I said, I've worked in construction. My father was a brick mason all his life. And I had my first contractor's license in California when I was in the military in 1979. Later on, I became a general contractor in Utah in 1989. So I've been involved with contracting for many years.
So, Marty, so could you give us a little kind of layout of how your career went? What brought you from California to Idaho?
I was raised in Utah, and basically I lived in Utah. It got too crowded, so I came up to God's country in Idaho.
Okay. So how long have you been contracting in Idaho?
Since 2009.
2009. And then, but you retired out of contracting, is that correct?
I closed the business at the age of 69. I'm now pushing 71. I wanted to go back and finish college.
Oh, really? What made you want to finish college? I mean, didn't you think that, hey, I've worked a long, fruitful life, and I should be kicking back and relaxing? What made you want to pursue college?
Well, number one, retirement's not for me. Number two, I don't think you're ever too old to learn anything. And though I'm fairly intelligent, I feel that I'm uneducated.
Huh. So what are you taking? What's your program studies at the university?
Marketing and selling with a minor in art.
Oh,
wow.
Really? Now I've got questions. So Marty, one of the reasons why we had you on is because you're an author of a book about contractors exposing bad contractors, or knowing how to recognize them. First of all, what made you, write a book, and what do you mean by recognizing bad contractors?
Well, I wrote the book because I've dealt mostly with residential in remodeling and additions, and I have always found a constant stream of bad situations where people end up on the losing end of their jobs. And there's so many things varied. And I saw when it comes out in the newspaper, they cover 3 areas. Are they licensed? Do they have letters of recommendation? Do they have before and after pictures? And those barely scratch the surface. Before and after pictures can be made up. Letters of recommendation could be made up. There's a lot more that goes into having a good contractor. And so I wrote the book. It's principle oriented to help people circumvent a lot of the damage that happens. In fact, if you look on the Bureau of Statistics by the federal government, the number one most mistrusted profession is used car salesman. I think that'll always be number one. But number 2 is remodeling contractors.
Wow.
And so I wrote the book because there are some great contractors, but there's a lot that are not. And I feel that it can be changed for the better.
Okay, so I have a question for you, Marty. One thing that I really like about this book is that it was written from the perspective of someone who is and was a contractor for decades. So that holds a lot of value, that it's coming from the perspective of a professional in the field. My question is, this is about contractors exposed on how to recognize bad contractors. If you had to give someone one piece of advice on how to recognize a good contractor, what would that be?
Well, I'd say read the book. unless they want to sit down with me for 3 or 4 hours, that's your best source, because the book is something you can go back and reference. I think the biggest struggle that people have is what makes a good contract. What's the difference between a good and a bad contract?